In part 11, the final part of this tutorial series, we will implement some basic sounds for putting and sinking the ball in the hole. Also, I will show you how you can upload your game to Unity Connect, so you can share your game with family and friends online, which they can play from anywhere on any computer via a web browser. Now, the last thing that we can do, just as a kind of a cherry on top, is add a couple sounds to the game. So the two sounds I wanted to implement was a putt sound and a ball entering the hole sound. I just think that those are one of the two most important sounds, and I think it will make the game just a little bit more, just a bit more immersive if there is even just those simple sounds. And the code and implementation of that is very straightforward. So for sound effects, I'm looking. You can go to various different websites. This one's called Freesoundorg, and there's lots of people just providing just various sound effects of various qualities. So this one is this one's a Creative Commons, has a Creative Commons license, which means it can just be used. It's a public domain dedication. It can be used in for commercial or for work or for education, or yeah, you can do all without asking permission, all that kind of stuff. So no copyright. So we've got our sound and our ball in the hole sound. So they're not necessarily the best ones, but you can make your own sounds, or you can spend time finding the perfect one, or you could even buy sounds or whatever you wanted to do. So once you have signed in, you can just download like this. And that sound as well. And then we can create our own folder called sounds. And from our downloads folder, we can take these two files and just drag them in like that. And so for the sounds to play, let's just go to level 1, and what we'll need to do is go to our ball, and we'll be editing our ball controller. So before we edit it, we need an audio source, and we'll just get rid of play on wake. No audio clip, nothing. That's fine. And so in our script, we'll need a public audio clip, and we can call it putt sound, and it will have another one called hole sound. And we'll also need a reference to the audio listener. I've said audio source. So, like that. Audio source equals component audio source. Okay. And then it's pretty straightforward from here. So each time we putt, we say we want to set the audio source dot clip to equal our hole sound, and then audio source dot, and we want play one shot. play one shot. It needs, oh, sorry. So we don't set that. We just pass in the clip. So the clip will be our whole sound, just like that. And we'll do the same thing instead of put, on enter. So we want, we'll need to have an on trigger enter. So we'll need to create a void on trigger enter. If other.tag is whole, then we'll say audio source dot play one shot of the whole sound. So did I say whole sound up here? I think I meant to say, sorry, put sound up here. Put sound. And that's pretty much it in terms of audio. So if I just, yeah, so that's all set up. So now this is blank. For now, see what we can do is in our prefabs, we can just create a new folder and we can just call this other, just because it's handy to have prefabs of certain things, especially like our ball. Just because there are some things like, you know, all of our rigid body settings and our audio sounds. So next time when you want to bring in a new ball object, we already have the sounds already put in place. Let's rename these sounds. Let's call this put sound. And I think this one is whole sound. You can just play it down here. Oh, no, sorry, that is the, undo that. So it's the other way around. This is the whole sound, and this one is the, whoops, this is the put sound. And so for our ball prefab, select that, go back to our sounds, we can just put our put sound in there and our hold sound in there. Now it's lost reference to all these other objects because these are, all of these references were scene specific. So when you drag it in, you'll have to do all that again. But for now, what we can do is we'll just have to go through each scene one by one and drag in the sounds that we want. Oh, actually, oh yeah, we will. So this one is already done because this ball object is based off the prefab. So if we go to level 2, it's just probably going to be easier if we just drag in, you know, put sound, whole sound, save, level 3. You know, there's different ways of doing it as well. Yeah, for sounds, you know, you could just get it at runtime to just read the directory, like a resources folder, and play the sound from there, rather than having to assign it. But you know, this is just the simpler way, I suppose, from like an intuitive kind of perspective. So put in our put sound and our whole sound. Give that a save. Oh, and we also need our audio source attached. So level 3, level 2 ball needs an audio source. Save, and level 1 should already have the audio source. Yep. And so now back to our menu, hit play, start. And so now once I release, don't appear to hear anything. Oh, it's because my audio was muted up here. Mute audio, of course. Yeah. I mean, it's not perfect. There is a, you know, a slight delay, and there's things you could do to try and make the actual shot line up with the sound, but just as an example of implementing sounds, this is fine enough. You know, if you really wanted to line that up a bit better, because there is that delay, you could do a private enumerator, and then just call that, put sound. New wait for seconds. Do we still have, did we stop our game? Yes, we did. New wait for seconds, and then let's say we want just like offset it by the sound. Oh, sorry. We want to offset all of our code actually, sorry, by half a second, the actual execution of it. So we can, instead of calling this put sound, we can call this put, delay. And then we can take all of this, put it into there, and say, start, coroutine, put delay, something like that. Just as like a quick workaround. So we're going to basically play it, you hear the swing, and then 0.5 seconds later we actually execute all the code. Hopefully that doesn't have any kind of ramifications of us offsetting the time a bit. It could, I don't know, it could get a bit messy if you spam the spacebar. I'm not really sure, but you can choose to do this or not. But let's just see how it goes in terms of sound and delay. Yeah, it's a bit funny though, because you're letting go of the spacebar and nothing happens for like half a second, but then it goes. I feel like that could be even less. You can just play with this value, 0.3. And then the thing is that our other sound seems to be wanting to import something. Okay. Our other sound seems to actually have a bit of a delay before it even starts. Yeah, so it like starts like a, I don't know, third of a second, 0.3 seconds in before the sound even begins or something like that. What we could potentially do you could edit this audio in like there's a free program you can use called Audacity, and you could clip it, like trim it down, crop the audio, export it, and bring it back in the way you want it. For now, unless you want to edit it, edit the clip down, there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, that's actually not too bad. Let's see what happens when it goes in the hole. It's going to be a bit funny, but... Oh. That's... Sound just... Even just a subtle sound like that can make a big difference. Yeah. I mean, that's just... and we'll see it should work in this level as well. Yeah, just like that. So... That's how you implement sound effects. That's actually something in the previous tutorial I left at the end for people to try and figure out themselves. I gave some hints, but now in this tutorial I just show you how to do it, and you can put your own sounds, edit the way you want, add more sounds for different things. You could even create your own audio sound manager, where if you have lots and lots of different sounds, you can have different sounds when you bump into different things based on collision tags and all sorts of things you can do in terms of sounds and collisions. But yeah, this is the mini golf game, and you can add as many different levels as you want. You can have hundreds of levels. You can really expand off this project a lot and get creative with a lot of the different props. You can download other props and import those. Actually, something I just remembered that I think I forgot to do in level 2. Yeah, in level 2, I believe this piece here was missing. Yeah, missing a box collider. So you just went right through it and into the out of bounds. So I've gone and added that box collider back. And then in our prefabs, make sure just to bring that back over and overwrite that. So now anywhere in any other scene you were using this ground river custom block that we made, it will be applied to all of the scenes that use it, and it will fix that missing box collider issue. So I'm just going to save that. Save scene, save project. And there you have it. For the last part of this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can share your game online through Unity Connect. So to do this, you will need a Unity Connect account, which you can just create through here. And to be able to build a WebGL game, you need to make sure that you have the WebGL build support included. So in Unity Hub, you go to the Installs tab here, and then you select the version of Unity that you're using. And then on these 3 dots, you click Add Modules. And you want to make sure that you tick WebGL build support, and then continue and next and install. So that's the most important thing. In the editor, you will need to start off by going to your file build settings, and you will need to switch platforms. By default, you will be on the PC, Mac, and Linux standalone platform. And so to switch to the WebGL platform, you select it, and there will be this button here. The switch platform button will be here, but for the WebGL platform. So when you select WebGL, there'll be a switch platform button just around here, which you can click. And once you've switched platform, you'll have to go up here to Window and to Package Manager. So what we're looking for is the WebGL Publisher. But the thing is that when you just simply search for it, it won't show up unless you click on Advanced here and tick Show Preview Packages, because the WebGL Publisher package is a preview package, meaning that it is not fully reliable. Once you have ticked Show Preview Packages, you can just search up here. You can just search up web, and it should just come up here, and when you select WebGL Publisher, there will be an install button, kind of like here, like it says install, but for WebGL Publisher. So once you've clicked install here, you can close this, and you will see a new menu up here in the top. It's called Publish, and then you just click on WebGL Project. Then you say Create WebGL Build, and you can just put this anywhere. You can just put it on your desktop. It's just a temporary place. So just select Folder, wherever you want to put it. Now, before you go and click Publish, you will need to change your default app for your web browser to Google Chrome. Now, I've tested it with Brave and I've tested it with Microsoft Edge, and I was unable to run any of the browser-based builds. So I've tested it with Google Chrome and it works. So I suggest, if you don't have Google Chrome installed, I suggest installing it, and in your default apps settings, set your default web browser to Google Chrome. And once you've done that, you can go ahead and click Publish. And once it has finished uploading, it will launch your default browser, which you should have set to Chrome, and it will open the upload page for your project. Here you can give it a name. You could call it Mini Golf, and for the description you could say supports however many players, so in this case 3, supports 3 players and contains 3 courses. And you could even say use A and D keys to aim, and space and space key to putt. And then here you can just click save. And for the thumbnail, we can actually add that later on once we play the game. So for now, once you have that all in, we can click save, and then we can click play. If you're using a browser that's not supporting it, it will get stuck at 90% and won't be able to continue, but because Chrome supports it, it loads correctly. So Bob, Sam, and Harry, and then click start. And here you have it. So this is your game working in a web browser. It's running a little bit slow for me because I'm actually recording this at the same time, so it's a little bit taxing trying to record the screen and play at the same time. But I've tested it without doing any recording and it works just fine. So for the thumbnail, Windows has a tool called Snipping Tool. And what we can do is when we load that, we can say New. And then we just select, I'll try and get it better. We can select within here. And we can just, depending on what level you want to snap, take a snapshot of, like a screenshot, something like that. If you want to do it like that, and you can click save, or you could just do this from the editor as well, and just save it, I don't know, somewhere like your desktop. And if we click on edit, we can now add our own thumbnail. So just go to where you save it, select that image, and there you go. And then you can click save. There is also a share button here. So if you want to share it, you can just copy this link here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this uploaded. So if any of you are interested in playing it, what I created, then you can go ahead and use this link here. And we'll probably be able to include this link in the description of the video. So this is really great because it means you can share your game with anyone and they can play it on any computer that has Chrome installed or any other supporting browser. So yeah, have fun, learn, create, share, it's all there. Alright, see ya.